This is an informal screencast in order for me to reflect a little bit on, or just to observe something about the Google Forms that I'm creating. Sometimes I actually forget to do this. I forget to put the name here. So it's really important that you put a name there, unless you want to anonymize it. Right now we are working on critiques in my class along with their research. So I wanted to give them a sample piece that was a quick read where they could apply what we have already learned via Blackboard and screencasts that I've done this week. I've moved completely outside of the classroom into a Blackboard space because so many of my students were missing class for some legitimate reasons, others I know not. So instead of just complaining about so many students missing class, what I did was, for the week before spring break, I moved all of the classes, all of my English 300 classes, all 3 of them, online. I think it's working, but I'll let you know later if it is. Okay, the next thing I did was here. One of the problems, and maybe there's a way to do this, but this right here is actually in PNG format, .png. It's actually an image file. And what I did was I saved the page as a PDF, the New York Times opinion page as a PDF, printed it as a PDF, and then converted it in Google Docs through one of their conversion apps into a PNG. Because you can't embed or insert files except image files and YouTube files into forms. It's a limitation that you have to work around. So that's what I'm doing. And it enables me to put a page here, and then once we're done, it's sealed up, and I hope have exhibited responsible fair use. This puts us all literally on the same page, reading the same material. And it's a short article, as you can see, just 2 pages. It's an op-ed piece from the New York Times editorial board. So these oftentimes are kind of a boilerplate / template, but they're always well written and great examples of persuasive art. Here are the questions that I want them to answer. And these are the 2 big critique questions that the text authors, Behrens and Rosen, bring up. And what I like about them is that most students do not have a wheel for critiquing. In other words, they don't have a way to look at a text, or to look at an image, or to look at a video, or to listen to sound and ask themselves, how do I evaluate this? These are just 2 questions. How well did the author succeed? And the other is, do you agree or disagree, and explain. It's very simple, and I want to see how well they do with this. And I'm going to show you just now briefly, if I can. This is a spreadsheet that are the responses so far, and just by looking a little bit, you can see it's fairly extensive responses. 11 have responded. This is Saturday morning. I turned this in on Friday, so 11 out of 60. That's not so many, but the deadline isn't reached yet. So, what's interesting is how quickly some people respond and how others don't. That's the response I had just since I've been on here doing this. Many students are good at agreeing, but not at disagreeing. So that's one of the things I'll talk about. And this is what I do is I'll go through this and I will pick through and see what the issues are. Now the other side of this is to send this spreadsheet to all of my students and have them do the same thing. Have them look at what other people have read and respond to them. So that's how I use this in my classroom. So I'm going to stop the recording here, upload it to YouTube, and then I'm going to put it on Dialogues where I and anyone else who wants to can give me ideas, new ideas, can help me fix mistakes that I have on here that as they see it, you know, just basically praise, polish, and suggest. And that's part of the reflection I've been doing in classes with my materials. So now I'm kind of switching over a little bit to both my materials and the students' materials. So, and this is easy to do. This is extremely simple. Just get Screencast-O-Matic, go to your web page, turn it on, record, and then hit your button up here that says you're done, and then send it to YouTube. It's a great way to reflect on your own work, and I'm hoping a great way to reflect on their work.